Will the audience please stand for the Wing Walker ROTC group to post the colors and the playing of our national anthem.
Please be seated. Good morning, everyone, and heartfelt welcome to the Fall 2021 Commencement Ceremony in the College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences. My name is Colin Clay, and it's my privilege and honor to serve as the Interim Dean of the College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences. So before we can move on, let's just start with a round of applause for the Csu Brass Ensemble. Thank you. So just a few quick reminders before we begin the ceremony. First, we ask you all to please keep your masks on while indoors on campus. In the spirit of Rams, take care of Rams. It's part of our culture to ensure that we create a safe environment for all of our students, faculty, staff, and of course guests at this university. Also, if you have not already, please make sure your phones are set to silent at this time, and this is usually when mine rings. Good. So today we celebrate and recognize the accomplishments of these graduates. But a major accomplishment of this magnitude is never done alone. And so we also celebrate, recognize, and thank our families, friends, and faculty who have helped make today possible. We're so pleased you are all here today, and we thank you for making the time and the travel that has brought us all together this morning. We'd like to begin this ceremony with an acknowledgement of the origins of the land that this university was built upon. Colorado State University acknowledges, with respect, that the land we are on today is the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Arapaho, Cheyenne, and Ute nations and people. This was also a site of trade, gathering, and healing for numerous other native tribes. We recognize the indigenous peoples as original stewards of this land and all the relatives within it. As these words of acknowledgement are spoken and heard, the ties nations have to their traditional homelands are renewed and reaffirmed. CSU is founded as a land-grant institution, and we accept that our mission must encompass access to education and inclusion, and significantly, that our founding came at a dire cost to Native nations and the peoples whose land this university was built upon. This acknowledgement is the education and inclusion we must practice in recognizing our institutional history, responsibility, and commitment. So let me make some key introductions of those you see up here on the platform, and I'll ask as I name each person to rise and remain standing throughout the introductions. I'd ask that you please hold your applause until all have been introduced. And first, it's a distinct honor and privilege for me to introduce President Joyce Mcconnell, the 15th President of Colorado State University. Thank you so much for joining us this chilly morning. Dr. Kelly Long, Vice Provost for Undergraduate Affairs. Dr. Sandra Quackenbush, Professor and Associate Dean for Academic and Student Affairs. Dr. Greg Dean, Professor and Head of the Department of Microbiology, Immunology, and Pathology. Dr. Bruce Alexander, Professor and Head of the Department of Environmental and Radiological Health Sciences. Dr. Quint Winger, Associate Professor and Associate Head, Department of Biomedical Sciences. Dr. Philip Quirk, Assistant Professor and Director of the Undergraduate Neuroscience Program. Dr. Marie Laguerre, Associate Professor, Department of Environmental and Radiological Health Sciences. Please join me in recognizing these platform group members. Thank you. Next, and this is a particular honor for me, I come from 3 generations of military. We'd like to acknowledge those joining us today that have served our great nation in the armed forces. I ask that any active duty or veteran student in the commencement ceremony today stand at this time, and also any active duty or veterans in the audience, please stand. Thank you for the service, for your service to the United States. Dr. Quackenbush.
Thank you, Dr. Clay. Good morning. My name is Sandy Quackenbush, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Associate Dean for Academic and Student Affairs. It is my pleasure to now introduce Ms. Olivia Goode, a graduate in biomedical sciences who has been selected by her peers in the College Student Council to make the commencement address today. Olivia, would you please step to the podium to make your remarks?
It is with great joy and gratitude that I stand before you in celebration of our college commencement. I'm honored to represent an incredible group of individuals, many of whom are my very good friends. In case some of our guests don't know, students who graduate out of the College of CVMBS aren't your average graduates. We're the ones so often labeled as nerds and tryhards, titles that we now wear as badges of honor. Yes, we do try hard. We try hard because we know that our future and the future of our progeny is contingent upon what we do now. We try hard because we care to improve safety, health, and well-being. As I was preparing to leave for college, one of my older friends, someone I've always viewed as a mentor, gifted me with a magnet for my mini fridge. On the magnet is a quote that reads, "Do one thing every day that scares you." It's a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt. I've kept the magnet on my fridge throughout my college career, and I look to it in times of fear and doubt. Now, I'm not sure how literally we should take Mrs. Roosevelt's advice. I think if we made a practice of scaring ourselves every day, our sympathetic nervous systems would go into hyperdrive, and the last thing we all want is hypertension. Essentially, the underlining message of the quote is to challenge yourself. Do things that are outside of your comfort zone. It's the only way we grow, and it's the only way we made it today, graduating out of the College of CVMBS. We've persevered in our studies during a global pandemic, many of us simultaneously putting in hours as essential workers. The past years have undoubtedly been difficult in all aspects of our lives, but we have learned how to come together in ways we never thought possible. From restructuring projects to be viewed online, to using Zoom and Microsoft Teams ad nauseum, we've proved to ourselves that where there's a will, there's a way. As we move forward and begin our careers or continue education, I would like to remind everyone that there are no limits to the positive change that we can make in the lives of people, animals, and our planet. Continue to challenge yourselves. Continue to grow. Always be a try-hard. Many of us will take on ambitious roles in the allied health fields, and I encourage each one of us to keep an open mind and a humble heart. The opportunities for discovery in our professional fields, and discovery within ourselves are boundless. Congratulations to the graduating class, Fall 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Olivia. I would now like to present President Joyce Mcconnell and welcome her to the podium to deliver her charge to the class.
Thank you, Dr. Quackenbush. It's my great pleasure to be among nerds and tryhards. It's a great pleasure to be the president of Colorado State University because this means so much to me to be with you today. I've been president for 2.5 years, and this is only my second commencement because of the pandemic. So you all know what this has been like for all of us. So today is a magic day where we all get to be together in person, and it means so much to me to be here with all of you. You are graduates, nerds, tryhards, tomorrow's leaders, along with all of your friends and your families. And I'm thrilled that we're back together, celebrating in person, as I said, for the first time since 2019. I know how meaningful it is to have the people you care about and who care about you on hand to help mark this important day. We're here to honor your hard work and to celebrate your academic accomplishments. We're also here to share in the excitement about the bright futures you've built for yourselves here at Colorado State University. Earning a degree has always required hard work and dedication, but your experience over the past 2 years came with an array of unexpected challenges. You should take tremendous pride in successfully confronting and overcoming these challenges. In doing so, you demonstrated incredible perseverance, flexibility, extra effort, and ultimately the kind of grit that gets us all through life. Our world has changed significantly in a very short time, and as you know, will continue to change. Your ability to adapt to those changes has distinguished you here at CSU and will continue to do so as you move forward. When new challenges inevitably arise, you could do what Eleanor Roosevelt suggests and do something every day that scares you. In doing so, you'll draw on those experiences and what they have taught you. Your studies have prepared you for many professional possibilities. Among you are future scientists. You may not know it, but you might be authors, later artists, educators, lawyers, activists, advocates, inventors, and a potential array of careers in the health sciences that haven't even been invented yet. And the knowledge, experience, and expertise you have gained over the past few years have prepared you to lead in the workplace, in your community, and in our world. Our world needs leaders more now than ever. I'm so proud to know that you'll be among them. So I have a charge for you today. Whatever you do next, wherever your journey takes you, do one thing for yourself. Own your brilliance. Our community has a powerful, shining, bold spirit, one of hope and optimism that will never be dimmed by the challenges we encounter. It has endured for generations, growing brighter and stronger, particularly in the face of adversity, which you have all proven. So let's own that brilliance and shine together today, tomorrow, and far into the future. Each of you will always be a valued member of our RAM family, one of the brilliant minds and great leaders who make up the CSU community that reaches across our nation and around the world. I can't wait to see where your journeys take you and how your CSU education will help make that world a better place. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being part of the Ramley.
Thank you, President McConnell. We are very proud to be here today celebrating with our graduates as they make the transition away from the university and out into the world. You will see that we have an incredibly impressive graduating class. Our students came to CSU from all over the country, Alaska to Rhode Island, Wisconsin to Texas, and everything in between, including our homegrown Colorado students. We had students join us internationally from Ghana, Iran, Kenya, and China. We also have 8 of our graduates that are first-generation students. A first-generation college student is one who is the first in their family to attend the university. A critical part of our land-grant mission is to provide access to education and to help ensure our community has the opportunity for a college education. The success of our first-generation students in our college and at our university is a point of pride for all of us. It is a pleasure to recognize students today who are graduating with distinctions and honors. For students being honored, please stand as I call your name and remain standing until all of your colleagues in all categories are introduced. I ask the audience members to hold your applause until all have been recognized and are standing. Let me start with students graduating with the highest distinction based upon their cumulative grade point average. Summa cum laude graduates are the top 1% of the class. Magna cum laude graduates are the next 3% of the class. And cum laude graduates are the following 6% of the class. These graduates may be wearing gold bachelor's regalia. Helia Bavagar is a graduating summa cum laude. Quinn Smith and Mary Stitcher are graduating magna cum laude. Neil Bauer, Emily Carroll, Sasha Chapel, Tianyuan Chan, Audrey Kaczynski, Jared Haberman, Tanner Murphy, Grace Stark, Isaac Turtel, and Philip Zilhaver are graduating cum laude. Congratulations. Candidates graduating as honors scholar or disciplinary honors scholar must complete the honors program course requirements and a thesis while maintaining an overall 3.5 GPA. These students may be wearing green bachelor's regalia. Students, please stand as a group and be recognized as candidates for graduation as honors scholars. These students will be recognized individually as they walk across the stage to receive their diploma. We are very proud of your accomplishments this year and throughout your college degree here. so please be seated. President McConnell, it is my pleasure to confirm that each of these students has completed the degree requirements for their program of study and have been recommended by the faculty members in that discipline to receive their academic degree.
Graduates, please rise for the conferring of your degrees. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of the Colorado State University System, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science with all the rights, privileges, obligations, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Guests, family members, and colleagues, please join me in congratulating these graduates on this significant achievement. Thank you, graduates. Please be seated. Will our commencement marshal, Alicia Foos, please escort the graduates to the platform? This fall, we are honored to have faculty members nominated to read the student statements. We're joined by Dr. Christiane McGee, who will announce for Biomedical Sciences, Dr. Cheryl Magzaman, who will announce for Environmental Health and Microbiology, and Dr. Leslie Stone-Roy, who will read for Neuroscience. Each will read statements about the graduates as they cross the stage. Please hold applause until all graduates in that department have been recognized.
The following graduates of the Department of Biomedical Sciences will be greeted by Interim Dean Colin Clay and Associate Department Head Dr. Quint Winger. Congratulations will be offered by college and university officials. Olivia Goode of Chicago volunteered and worked part-time at Poudre Valley Hospital and served as a teaching assistant and peer mentor for the University Honors Program. Olivia plans to attend medical school and specialize in cardiology or geriatric medicine. Sarah Marie Melhorn of Spring, Texas, worked as a veterinary assistant at Wellington Veterinary Hospital, completed a material science internship at Hewlett-Packard, and served on the leadership team for the CSU Navigators Student Ministry. Sarah will work in vaccine research at Rice University before applying to a medical laboratory science program. Sasha Chapel of Fort Collins worked as a certified nursing assistant, volunteered at Medical Center of the Rockies, refereed soccer games across the country, and was a cellist in the CSU Symphony Orchestra. Sasha plans to take a gap year before applying to medical school. Balin Furrow of Fort Collins. Balin played for and was team captain of CSU soccer team, served as an undergraduate research assistant, worked as a medical scribe and medical assistant, and served in multiple leadership groups within the athletic department. Balin plans to attend physician assistant school. Philip Zellhaver of Parker, Colorado, worked on research projects involving metabolism and cardiology in Dr. Chico's lab, volunteered with the Baby Foundation, and enjoyed hiking, reading, snowboarding, and spending time with his fiancée. Philip plans to gain work experience before pursuing medical school. Owen Joseph Morrow of Littleton worked as a certified nursing assistant, volunteered in an emergency department and COVID vaccine clinic, and traveled to Argentina and Peru, where he learned Spanish and worked in local clinics and hospitals. Owen plans to attend medical school. Jared Haberman of Anchorage, Alaska, worked as a medical scribe, studied COVID-19 in the Ryan Lab, and enjoyed mountain biking and skiing. After graduation, Jared plans to continue working and conducting research while applying to medical school. Quinn E. Smith of Fort Collins volunteered at Roundup River Ranch, a summer camp for children with serious illnesses, conducted orthopedic bioengineering research, and served as the travel and safety officers for CSU's cycling team. Quinn plans to gain work experience before applying to medical school. Sarah Haynes of Denver was a first-generation college student, served as a member of Kappa Delta sorority, participated in the Human Dissection Program, and worked as a K-12 mentor and programming leader for the college's outreach and engagement program. Sarah plans to continue working before attending medical school. Grace Catherine Stark of Dixon, California, participated in the American Enterprise Institute Summer Honors Program, served as a research assistant in CSU's Integrative Cardiovascular Physiology Laboratory, and worked as a tutor and teaching assistant. Grace plans to pursue a career in the field of applied human performance. Dorcas Jasang Garang of Aurora worked as an undergraduate research assistant in Dr. Chico's lab and served as president of both CSU's Biology Club and Health Occupation Students of America Club. Dorcas plans to travel and gain clinical experience before applying to medical school. Haley Renee Bojak of Draper, Utah, was a member of Chi Omega sorority, worked as a part-time and certified nursing assistant, and volunteered as a medical observer for the COVID-19 vaccine. Haley plans to travel before beginning physician assistant school at Lincoln Memorial University in Tennessee. Taylor Garner of Parker, Colorado, conducted research on Parkinson's disease in the Chalkins lab, was a member of Gamma Phi Beta sorority, and studied abroad at Trinity College in Dublin. She also wrote 4 books. Taylor will attend medical school with the plan of becoming a neuro-oncologist. Abby Saraparu of Falcon, Colorado, participated in the University Honors Program, served as a learning assistant for Life 102 and VMBS 100, and was a dedicated member of the Biomedical Student Association. Abby will continue working as a certified nursing assistant while applying to medical school. Sydney Lauren Newkirk of Denver worked in the CSU Registrar's Office, participated in an independent study course about animal training, and served as an undergraduate teaching assistant for a physiology lab course. Sydney plans to gain work experience before applying to graduate school. Jenna Marie Zekovic of Arvada plans to attend a physician assistant program. Victoria Gabrielle Arpander of Johnston, Rhode Island, worked part-time throughout college, was a member of Pi Beta Phi sorority, and made lifelong friendships. Victoria plans to gain work and volunteer experience before applying to veterinary school. Audrey Janina Grzinski of Highlands Ranch served as a student researcher at USDA's National Laboratory for Genetic Resources Preservation, served as an outreach coordinator for Camp Keshen, and was a member of the Student Health Alliance Council. Audrey will gain work experience before applying to medical school. Helia Bavaga of Iran worked as a tutor in CSU's Academic Advancement Center, volunteered at Poudre Valley Hospital, gained experience as a research assistant in the Heart Lab, and served as a teaching assistant. After graduation, Helia will work while preparing for medical school. Tori Allison Peckish of Fort Collins worked part-time at local businesses, participated in Dr. Sonoda's research lab, and discovered a passion for botany and blues dancing. Tori plans to enter the workforce before pursuing further education. Mackenzie Renee Cadwell of San Antonio, Texas, worked as a personal trainer and served on the Inclusivity Committee at CSU's Rec Center, and completed a study abroad experience in Ecuador, focusing on prosthetic innovation. Mackenzie plans to attend a physical therapy doctoral program. Megan Evelyn Alto of Eagle, Colorado, worked in Dr. Ann Avery's research lab, volunteered at Cheris Youth Horse Ranch, and interned at Seattle's Animal Surgery and Orthopedic Center. After graduation, Megan plans to travel before attending veterinary school. Tian Yuan Chan of Shanghai, China, enjoyed his 4 years of studying abroad here at CSU, gaining academic research experience both here and at Fudan University in China. After graduation, Tian Yuan plans to continue his studies in a graduate program conducting biostatistics or bioinformatics research. Austin James Boisher of Jackson, Wisconsin, worked as a barista at the Bean Cycle and a paramedic for LifeStar EMS, interned at Access Sensor Technologies, and studied the gut-brain axis in the Tobit Research Lab. AJ will work as a paramedic while preparing for medical school. Kristen Long of Arvada worked as an administrative lead, learning assistant in general chemistry and biology, served as a student coordinator for the Association for Undergraduate Education at research universities, and completed an honors thesis. Kristen plans to pursue a graduate program in microbiology before applying to medical school. Please join me in congratulating all of our BMS graduates.
The following graduates of the Department of Environmental and Radiological Health Sciences will be greeted by Department Head Dr. Bruce Alexander and Associate Professor Dr. Marie Laguerre. Congratulations will be offered by college and university officials. Devin Kramer of Littleton interned with Boulder County Hazardous Materials Management while completing his second bachelor's degree in environmental public health. After graduation, Devin plans to begin his career in the field. Emily Carroll of Colorado Springs conducted indoor air quality assessments as a volunteer with the Fort Collins Master Home Educators Program, worked in quality control at Biomedical, and completed 2 internships. Emily has accepted a position as an environmental health and safety consultant at Hellman & Associates in Denver. Jordan Marielle Bear of Downingtown, Pennsylvania, participated in CSU Snow Riders Club and made many friends along the way. Jordan hopes to find an internship in water, air, or waste management while exploring the various career options in the field of environmental public health. Please join me in congratulating our environmental health graduates. The following graduates of the Department of Microbiology, Immunology, and Pathology will be greeted by Department Head Dr. Greg Dean. Congratulations will be offered by college and university officials. Tilly Dunham of Vail, Colorado, conducted research on fruit flies and mosquitoes in the Stenglein Lab, was a contributing author on 3 published papers, and traveled to Europe twice. Tilly will continue working in the Stenglein Lab while awaiting acceptance into the microbiology PhD program here at CSU. Anna Elizabeth Gongaware of Vail, Colorado, served on the executive committee as vice president of operations for the Kappa Alpha Theta sorority, interned at a veterinary clinic, and studied abroad in Spain. Anna will work as a ski instructor in Montana before attending veterinary school. Ana Sofia Leon of Fort Collins conducted research pertaining to mosquitoes and the prevention of West Nile virus, participated in CSU's adaptive swim program, and shared her passion for microbiology as an undergraduate learning assistant. Ana Sofia will pursue graduate school and hopes to obtain a PhD in microbiology. Stacia Lee McKinney of Sedalia, Colorado, became a volunteer 4-H leader, helping children train dogs, and developed a thesis on parasitic flatworms and mollusks around wastewater treatment plants of northern Colorado rivers. Stacia plans to gain experience in veterinary parasitology, diagnostics, and medical laboratories. Cayman Thomas of Highlands Ranch, Colorado, plans to work in research labs following graduation. David D. Simone of Castle Rock, Colorado, participated in the Honors Undergraduate Research Scholars Program, worked at the Infectious Disease Research Center, and volunteered as a student leader in his church's college ministry. David plans to attend Medical Laboratory Science program. Neil Bauer of Colorado Springs worked as an undergraduate research assistant in the Dobos Lab, was a member of the CVMBS College Council, and served as an associate member on the University Facility Fee Advisory Board. Neil will continue working in research before pursuing graduate school. Devin Farakizadeh of Mission Viejo, California, completed his enlistment in the U.S. Navy and worked as a surgical technologist in the operating room at Poudre Valley Hospital. Devin plans to continue working while applying to medical school. Erin Elizabeth Fiore of Arvada transferred to CSU from Red Rocks Community College. After graduation, Erin will continue her education by attending Denver Health School of Medical Laboratory Science. Danielle Schulist of Riverton, Utah, served as the vice president of the Microbiology Student Association, worked in the microbiology prep lab, and served as a peer mentor for 2 years. Danielle will work as a clinical laboratory assistant before applying to medical laboratory science programs. Madeline Sykes of San Antonio, Texas, conducted research in the Santangelo lab and enjoyed playing volleyball with her friends, learning new things, and meeting new people. Madeline plans to pursue a graduate degree and conduct research in the biomedical field. Kimberly Arur Onyango of Nairobi, Kenya, participated in research in the Stengeline Lab and the Equine Orthopedic Research Center. Kimberly hopes to pursue a career in research with a focus on disease control. Tanner James Murphy of Castle Pines, Colorado, conducted research in the Moreno Lab throughout his time at CSU, was president of the club golf team, and a brother of the Sigma Nu fraternity. Tanner will continue working as a medical assistant while applying to physician assistant programs. Please join me in congratulating our microbiology graduates.
The following graduates are from the undergraduate neuroscience program. This program is jointly sponsored by the College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences and the College of Natural Sciences. Graduates will be greeted by Director Philip Quirk, and congratulations will be offered by college and university officials. Marissa Julia Edmonds of Colorado Springs conducted research in Dr. Chalkin's lab, served as a financial officer for the Neuroscience Student Organization, and a student ambassador for the college, and volunteered with the Multiple Sclerosis Society. Marissa plans to pursue a clinical neuroscience master's degree before applying for MD, PhD programs. Mary Stisher of Longmont, Colorado, worked in the Chalkins and Popachok labs, studying neuroinflammatory and neurodegenerative diseases, served as an officer in the Neuroscience Student Organization, and helped create the Finer Beans Club here at CSU. Mary plans to work abroad before pursuing graduate school. Mariana Chisholm of Basalt, Colorado, volunteered in the emergency room at Poudre Valley Hospital, completed an internship at Texas Children's Hospital, and participated in Young Life and CSU's Pre-Medica Club. Mariana plans to attend medical school. Maud Pointet of Denver served as financial officer for the CSU Alpine Ski Team, volunteered and interned with the Little Shop of Physics, served as a teaching assistant for several lab courses, and worked as a research assistant in the SCORE lab. Maud plans to attend medical school and become a surgeon. Melanie Ford of St. Louis, Missouri, conducted research in the Caroli Lab, participated in the Neuroscience Student Organization, and learned how to play underwater hockey. Melanie will continue working in research before attending graduate school. Estela Mendoza of Grand Junction, Colorado, participated in outreach with El Centro and the Science Scholar Outreach Program, participated in CSU's Eco Leaders Program, and served as an executive board member of St. Jude's Up Till Dawn program. Estela will continue working as a therapist at the Center for Autism and Related Disorders. Chris Eldridge of Fort Collins completed a senior's thesis, volunteered at a Larimer County vaccination site, and worked as a cardiac monitor technician. Chris plans to attend a biomedical sciences graduate program. Thank you. Matthew Teklu Johannes of Centennial, Colorado, completed a summer undergraduate research fellowship at the University of Montana, worked as a research assistant in the Hornley Lab, and served as an associate editor and director of training with the Journal of Undergraduate Research. Matthew plans to continue gaining research experience. Patience Puni Namako of Ghana participated in CSU's Africans United Club, played violin as part of the Murals program, and served as a resident assistant in Ingersoll Hall. Patience is preparing to take the MCAT with hopes of becoming a pediatric neurosurgeon. Please join me in congratulating our neuroscience graduates.
On behalf of the entire College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences, I extend to all of our fall 2021 graduates congratulations for a job well done. We share your sense of achievement, pride, and satisfaction on this significant accomplishment. Congratulations again. Now, I would like to pay tribute to a vital force in this university, a force of which each of you receiving a degree today is now a part of. I'm referring to the Colorado State University Alumni Association. I am pleased to call upon Dr. Philip Quirk, a Colorado State alumnus, to induct our newest alumni. Dr. Quirk.
Hello. My name is Phil Quirk, and I am a Ram. All right. Many moons ago, I was sitting where you are, holding my diploma. I'll never forget how excited and proud I felt to get that diploma in my hands, but I also remember feeling a little sentimental, and to be honest, a little nervous. Jumping into what us older folks refer to as real life. Leaving this campus and moving away from some of the greatest times that I've had at Colorado State University. It may be time for you all to write that next chapter as well. Tackle the next adventure and live your purpose. Everyone sitting here has a different path and a different future. But whether you stay in Fort Collins or travel to the far ends of the world, you have one important thing in common with each other and with more than 250,000 others who have come before you. You are alumni of Colorado State University. You join poets and scientists, teachers and engineers, food producers, care providers, and entrepreneurs. When you leave this campus, be assured your university will not leave you. No matter where your personal and professional journey takes you, know that the CSU Alumni Association, your college, your former professors and friends will still be here for you every step of the way. Based on personal experience, I promise you that the pride, excitement, and nervousness you're feeling right now will provide you fuel for the road ahead. But eventually those feelings will change. They'll deepen and mix with emotions and memories and turn into nostalgia. As that happens, remember that this special place will always be your home. Like the rows of American elm trees on the Oval, you are rooted here. I'd like to be the first to welcome you to the Colorado State alumni family. Congratulations on a job well done. Go Rams!
As I do this, I know I'm frightening Kristen Brown. Where are you? Which means I'm probably going off script just a little bit. But promise not much. First of all, thank you, Phil. Our college is routinely rated as one of the top 3 colleges in the country, if not the world. Now, there are a great many things which must come together to provide this level of excellence, and 2 of the most critical elements in this combination are the students and the faculty, and I know that we have the very best in both of these categories. Now I'd like to ask the faculty and staff members in attendance to please stand. Please join me in recognizing the talents of these individuals. It's also appropriate that you, our new graduates, show your appreciation to some of the other individuals who have contributed so much to your achievements. Will the parents, spouses, family, and friends of the graduates please stand? I'm guessing that's everybody else in the audience here. So. Thank you. So the mission of our college is to improve the health of animals, people, and the planet through innovative and dedicated teaching, research, outreach, and clinical service. And through our actions, we empower the next generation of leaders to change the world. Now, let me repeat that very last part. We empower the next generation of leaders to change the world. And graduates, I do hope you feel empowered and excited about your future, and we certainly look forward to seeing the great things that you will do to help animals, people, and the planet. Now, I'm going to take just a moment. So, interim dean, that means it's probably the first time and the last time I'll do anything. So this opportunity may never come again, and I'm going to take that opportunity. So I'm actually going to riff just a little bit on some things that President McConnell addressed in her comments, as did Olivia. And just keeping track today, I counted the word challenges 16 times in the ceremony this morning. And I was thinking about that, and I suppose, every generation is tested, and certainly in the 20th century there were several big wars. Great Depression, civil rights, social unrest, assassinations, poverty, constitutional crises, and as the 21st century unfolds, these are all still with us. But now really mixed with both the existential and imminent threats of climate and a pandemic that seems to have no end. So you've been tested. In 1961, President John Kennedy, in his inaugural address, said, "The torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans, born in this century and tempered by war." Now today, not just here, but all across the country, we witness once again the torch being passed to a new generation. And many of you born not in that century, but in this century. And now tempered by an array of global challenges that could not even be conceived in 1961 or by my generation. And here's the thing, this is the most exciting thing I've seen in a newspaper in 2 years. And this was a story from the Associated Press in the Colorado just a few days ago. It says, poll young Americans inspired to make change. And it was interesting. So what we're finding is that there's a broad trend among millennials and Gen Z Americans. They show more optimism about the future than their older counterparts. In fact, near 70% of Gen Z and millennial Americans think their generation is motivated to make positive change. So that is just heartwarming. So you are the new generation of leaders. So no offense to anybody up here, but don't look up to this platform for what the future of leadership looks like. Look to your left and look to your right. And there you'll see the next generation of leaders. Now, my heavens. We're leaving you some challenges, but you'll meet them head on and with confidence and with optimism. And as I mentioned, I grew up in a military family, multiple military bases. I remember a command sergeant in the 82nd Airborne, and this was at Fort Bragg, a friend of the family, and he shared some advice that he would give to relatively new recruits. And I quote, when in doubt, duck. Well, probably good advice in combat, but I have a sense that you're not inclined to duck, rather more inclined to engage. And I don't mean that in the sense of combat, but rather in a sense of common purpose. So we couldn't be prouder to be even a small part of what I know will be an amazing journey ahead. So along the way, elevate the conversation, make a difference, and as you continue your journey, it's okay to duck from time to time, and it's okay to have some fun, and it's okay to pay some attention to yourself and the things that make you smile and laugh, and particularly today, have some fun and enjoy it. Congratulations, graduates of Colorado State University, Colorado College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences. It's an absolute honor. Congrats. So I ask that members of the audience please remain seated while the platform group, students and faculty, leave the ballroom as the Colorado State alma mater is performed by the Csu Brass Ensemble. Thank you again for being with us today for this commencement ceremony. Please meet your graduates in the Laurie Student Center lobby immediately following the ceremony. Best wishes for a safe and wonderful winter holiday. Thank you.